My correct people, how una day. I don't carry another hot and spicy aproko. Come for enough for the update we be say we just the gather presently now. And then kind of the way it really dey interesting this time around because table don't really turn around. So my people, if you've actually been following the trend, you will actually remember that the Yeyes has actually been instigating most of the things inside the palace of Ilefe since the other Oloris inside the palace of Ilefe has actually pushed forward and asked them to request for Prince Tadenikawo, the crown prince, to come back into the palace of Ilefe since Queen Naomi does not deem it fit coming into the palace of Ilefe. And we have seen that people like Barukbo presently now has actually stepped into this matter this time around to warn his daughter to actually desist from actually pushing their brother to Kabiyesi to actually bring back forcefully take away Prince Tadenikawo from Queen Naomi. And we've seen that yes, Kabiyesi never want any problem with his sisters, and we learned that he has actually put them in their place presently now in a thoughtful way, and that really shows that he that actually wears the crown, a lot of wisdom is actually on that crown. So my people, by the rumors we've gathered so far from the Odua press and also the other Yoruba bloggers and what is actually flying up on social presently now, we learned that Adeyeye praised Queen Naomi in her absence presently now, because we learned that after Barukbo actually warned the Yeyes, they actually settled and never talked about Queen Naomi in the presence of this Barukbo. But once Barukbo actually left, immediately he left the palace to attend to for some few things in his own house. We learned that they actually continue in a quiet way to make sure that they convince Kabiyesi, and also in the presence of the chiefs also to instigate matter and actually make things worse for Kabiyesi. But we learned that all throughout while the Yeyes were actually putting words into Kabiyesi's mouth, Kabiyesi kept calm and actually listened to them. But I thank God, yes, that when I actually tell you that the crown that Kabiyesi it was actually putting on his head, that Kabiyesi is actually putting on, it actually means that he actually has a lot of wisdom in him for him to be choosing to be the this Ooni of Ilefe. And also as he grows up and actually built the kingdom of Ilefe to this modern standard, it has actually shown that God has actually blessed Kabiyesi with a lot of wisdom. And kind of the way we learned this time around that table has actually turned around, because the Yeyes never expected their brother the way he actually related everything presently now. We learned that most of the Yeye are actually confused presently now. We learned that this thing Kabiyesi's sisters, they are actually confused because they have never seen their brother this calm and actually explain things to them, and in kind of the way this has actually turned a lot of things around. So my people, if this is your first time actually listening to me, do where to like and share, and also subscribe on your notification, because on Hodges actually give you the rumors making out on social and the yumu out there. So information actually reaching us from our source presently now. We learned after the long talk, after the Yeyes actually tried to instigate Kabiyesi to bring back Prince Tadenikawo, the crown prince, back into the palace of Ilefe if Queen Naomi does not wish coming back into the palace of Ilefe. And we have seen time without number, they have actually asked question, what does Queen Naomi has that the other Olori in the palace does not have? But we have seen it presently now that Kabiyesi has actually come out to put more praises on Queen Naomi presently now, because we learned Kabiyesi actually stated a lot of things that Queen Naomi has, value that Queen Naomi has that the other Oloris inside the palace does not have. And we learned this time around it has actually silenced the Yeyes this time around, because they never knew that their brother could easily go down deep, and they were actually touched by the way Kabiyesi was relating everything that concerned Queen Naomi. So my people, we learned this time around that Kabiyesi started mentioning, yes, say Queen Naomi has actually sacrificed a lot, say undermining the fact that when she was inside the when she came into this relationship, she never knew that yes, the tradition that we actually practice, that she has to go through a lot to make sure that she gets into that seat. And in kind of the way she actually performed that tradition, undermining the fact that she her religion was actually against most of those traditions. She actually did it for the love that she has for me. And in kind of the way Queen Naomi never left the palace of Ilefe splitting off or quarreling with me. She actually stayed. She wasn't comfortable staying in the palace with the traditional way I do practice. And yes, you guys have actually noticed that since we have been going through court case and every other thing like this, Queen Naomi had to drop the divorce case that she has and actually still bears the name of Ogunwusi. And undermining the fact that I have been bringing in new brides into the palace and she has never complained about it. But the only problem you guys are actually seeing presently now is that Prince Tadenikawo is not in the palace of Ilefe. Come to think about it, who is better to actually tender to Prince Tadenikawo? And we learned that immediately Kabiyesi actually pulled the sword. Who is better, best, in a better place to actually tender to Prince Tadenikawo? We learned that the Yeyes are actually quiet presently now because they never expected their brother to go this deep and actually explain a lot of things about Queen Naomi. So my people who making a do a good in the comment section, put your own opinion as you deem it fit, because I tell you this pepper then done season, a lot of things, a lot of tweets are actually coming out from every issue inside the palace of Ilefe. We learned that presently now that the Yeyes are actually quiet because they never expected Adeyeye to go this deep and actually talk about Queen Naomi. He actually has stated it out. Say Queen Naomi does not depend on the allowance that actually comes into the palace of Ilefe. She's an independent lady and actually wished to train her son to be more cultured. Say, have you noticed recently that when you actually see Prince Tadenikawo, he actually does these extraordinary things that, yes, me alone being into the palace of Ilefe, taking care of Prince Tadenikawo, I don't think I can easily embed a lot of things into Prince Tadenikawo. But if you actually have heard, Prince Tadenikawo is well cultured by Queen Naomi. So my people will learn presently now that Kabiyesi has actually stated out the unique part about Queen Naomi. And not only that, Queen Naomi has actually sacrificed a lot on her knees to make sure that she keep the palace and the kingdom of Ilefe actually flowing. So my sister, so I can't do without Queen Naomi. He has actually placed it down out there from the rumor we actually got presently now. Kabiyesi has actually stated it out that he cannot do with Queen Naomi, that Queen Naomi actually means a lot of things to him. Say, not just being a wife to him, but in kind of the way Queen Naomi has actually sacrificed more than the Oloris. Say the other Oloris inside the palace are just there because of what they will gain from this marriage. And they were actually shocked why Kabiyesi say, how did Kabiyesi actually realize the fact that yes, these other Oloris actually came in because of the Atenuje and the benefit inside the palace of Ilefe. So my people, making a do go the comment section, put your own opinion, because we learned that yes, that the Yeye actually were shocked and actually applauded their brother for the wisdom he actually has this time around to know how to deliberate and actually express words to them, because he has actually stated it out. Say, if Queen Naomi cannot tender to Prince Tadenikawo, say who is better in that position to tender to Prince Tadenikawo? So my subscribers and my returning subscribers, you guys are the really MVP. So make that do a good in the comment section. Put your own opinion as you deem it fit. Thank you very much.